Guava, guava. How's everybody doing? Happy, what day is this? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. Happy sugar-free Tuesday. Hashtag happy sugar-free Sunday. Sugar-free Sunday is just turning over your food and looking at what's inside of it. What are you about to put in your mouth? We got to ask ourselves this before we make ourselves say, hey, my Renaissance grandma, you ain't first or last. How you doing? Let me get in here so I can see you a little bit better. Hey, Happy Mac. All right, we looking good so far? So far, so good. Thank you, everybody, for those confirmations. Let me get some glasses on, too. All right. How you doing, Shanae, Jerry, Lori, Lisa, Crosswellian, Happy Mac, Marquise, or Marcus, Second Floor Garden, The Dove, Ohio Boss, how you doing? Lux Throws, Paul, Miko, Queendom, Black Sheep Prepper. What's going on, everybody? Let's get right into it, just like we did the other day. I said we was going to talk about the problem the other. Well, let me explain myself first. The other day, I meant exactly what I said, and I wasn't tolerating. Listen, if you come into this channel, I'm not tolerate. I have zero tolerance for bullshittery. I'm just telling you, zero tolerance now for lying and all of the hatred, racism. I have zero tolerance. I have zero tolerance policy here in the Greenhouse Lounge. Zero tolerance. Just so you know, I won't even let your comments stay. I won't do it. I won't let foolish comments stick around, because uneducated people have a tendency to read that stupid stuff and actually believe it. So go, if you want to believe that stuff, go to your channel and do it. And here's another thing too. People say, it's not fair of me not giving everybody their own opinion of things. When I'm speaking facts, we're not talking about opinions. So your opinion don't mean jack to me. I mean, when it comes to facts, your opinion means nothing to me. If you take offense for me correcting you about facts, go away. Your opinion and my opinion, that can be debated, that can be discussed, that can start a conversation. But facts are fact. I don't want to discuss fact. I don't want to go back and forth about no facts. Especially when the facts are literally in our face. Both of us can look at the fact, can look at the subject and see what the subject is saying out of the subject's mouth. There is nothing to debate. Our opinion would be what kind of mood you think he's in while he's saying it. That's the conversation that could be had. But we're not going to debate about facts. And if you don't really, I just won't do it. I have zero tolerance. This is not the climate in this country right now to be spreading falsehoods, lies, misconceptions. I'm not zero tolerance. If you just don't want to rock with that, good day to you, sir. I bid you adieu. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So for all the trolls, I know you got a job to do. You punched in your troll job and you got a job to do. It's okay. Go ahead. You know you got to put in your work. Y'all get graded. You got to put in some work and come on my channel and bug folk. Do what you got to do. Okay? I'm gonna erase it later. I'm not here for those kind of views. That ain't what I'm trying to do. I'm not. I don't want your lie to stick around so I can get credit for it and get views and get paid so people can watch the back and forth of foolishness. Oh no. Oh dear. No, we ain't gonna do that. So what we gonna talk about is facts. Now, I don't mind being corrected on things. Like they said the lady, right? What's up, Boss Hog? They said the lady, the two children that perished was from hypothermia. I still haven't had time to go back and finish watching that story because when I watched it, it was brand new and they wasn't sure yet. So people told me those two children passed away from hypothermia. Am I correct? Because I still haven't had time to go look at it. Okay? So when people told me no, Led, they didn't die of carbon monoxide. They passed away from hypothermia. I stand corrected. I have no problem with that. I was like, understood. But see, this was my problem with being corrected on that. Because that wasn't even my point. My point of the lady, the children perishing, the point was this. Why were they sleeping in a car in Detroit in the middle of winter and below zero weather? Was she on drugs and she just out there like that? No. No. She kept going bouncing from place to place, rent going up and stuff. That's what y'all telling me. So I'm going off of what y'all telling me. Right? Am I right or wrong? You can correct me right now. Homelessness, correct. This woman's children perished. I'm blaming them two knuckleheads that's in charge right now. I'm not blaming that young lady. She shouldn't have nothing against her right now. Think about this. She don't got two nickels to rub together. But they're paying this dude $130 million each and every single day that he's just fumbling around looking like a total idiot and embarrassing the United States of America. Say she was and is a nurse, they said. I gotta read more into that story before I go to saying anything, because, okay, it's a sad story. Yes, it is a sad story. But I still blame them. She's a CNA, okay. People do not have to be living like this while somebody up here that's already a multi-billionaire is still taking the money from her. Basically, she's a taxpayer taking money from her, me, and you so they can pay him another $130 million every single day out of taxpayers' money. Who do y'all think is paying that dude to make them cars? Pumpkinhead? No, he ain't paying it. We're paying him. So let's get into it. Let's get into this scenario. So I didn't mind being corrected about the situation of the woman. Thank you for correcting me, but that is not what my point was. My point was, why was she homeless? Why are all some of these people homeless? They're not on drugs, they're not lunatics, they're not losers. They can't afford the housing for two reasons. Number one, the rent is too freaking high. Oh, ain't that what old girl was trying to get? Make the rent come down? Put a cap on the rent so the landlords don't run people over? Yeah, that was one of her policies she was going to try to do. I ain't going to talk about that. Now, the other one is, why is it 2025 and minimum wage is still, tell me what minimum wage is, because I'm going to say a number. I saw 725, 756, something like that. What is minimum wage? I'm asking you, please tell me, 725. Jesus. Sylvia's Garden Adventure says 725. $7.25. Depends on the state. I know, but it ain't doing too much worse than 725. California don't count. California don't count. California to me is a whole nother country. Zach Price says 855 in Ohio. That's just one more dollar. See what I'm saying? Y'all can sit here and tell me in my state, let me see, Carol Massey, if you in Ohio, if you in California, you don't count. You don't count. You must be in California. $20 an hour, $20 where? You must be in, let me stop, because I had some Canadian people getting on me. Had some Canadians get at me. And I'm like, I'm not even arguing about Canadian stuff and prices and stuff. I'm talking about American prices. Why would I be talking about American prices? Why would you quote Canadian prices? So this is the problem we're dealing with here. Okay. So here's my problem. Zach Price is 20 an hour in fantasy land. Exactly. That's insane. And that's some trolls playing games. And if you in California, you do not count. So here's my problem. 725. Let's just say this. Let's just say minimum wage is $9. We gonna say $9. Just playing games, so we cover it all. Average. What's your rent? Do you know that the rent, even in the projects, is higher than the minimum wage? Did you know that? Like, you can't live anywhere for $7.25. Let's talk about it again. You have childcare. Forget the utilities. Forget the utilities. Forget the rent. Forget the gas in your car. Forget the insurance on your vehicle. Forget the insurance on your health and your life. Forget all that. Child care is 3 times more or more than that than minimum wage. You would be going to work at a fast food restaurant just to pay for child care, which if I gotta go to work and I gotta pay child care and all the money is going to child care, hey, why do I even bother going to work? Okay. Even if you have 2 young adults or grown adults for that matter, they're both making minimum wage. They're both married and they're both making minimum wage. They're both going to work. So they still have to have their daycare provider. Daycare costs more than both of them together making minimum wage. Part-time, full-time. On top of, they have to pay for gasoline for their vehicle, maintenance for their vehicle to get back and forth to work. Even if they don't have a vehicle, they still have to find some mode of transportation, whether it be Lyft, Uber, or catching the train, catching the bus. You still got to have money and tokens to get on all that. So you still have to pay for transportation, whether it belongs to you or it's public transportation. That's money still coming out of your budget, making minimum wage. And if it's 2 of y'all in a household and both of y'all are married, so I'm trying to stay with so people don't say, yeah, because the baby daddy should be taking care. I'm trying to stay away from that. If both of y'all is married and both of y'all is working, minimum wage, somebody got to take that baby to daycare. So both of y'all have to pay for transportation in 2 different directions to go to 2 different jobs for $9 an hour. So my point of saying all of this, I'm trying to put us all into perspective. So on top of daycare, now we talk about rent. On top of rent, now you got utilities. On top of rent and utilities, now we're talking about you still gotta feed you gotta feed these two children. I'm not talking about extreme situations. You got two babies. You still gotta feed two babies. You still gotta put diapers on these babies. You still gotta buy certain things for their school and their education, because the teacher gonna be like, tomorrow they need to bring a pack of cookies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow they need a whole pack of notebook paper. You got to supply these children with supplies for school. So you're both making $9 an hour, two married couple, and you got childcare, you got rent, you got utilities, and you got to eat. And then if those children need extra care like Pampers, Similac, supplements, if they have some sort of health condition, off of minimum wage. Now, see, that's the problem where I keep telling people, there is no conversation to be had about whether those two knuckleheads is doing the right thing or not. Simple. So, we're going to play a scenario. I wanted to put us into a perspective and start out right out the gate with some idea of what the average normal American is going through right now. And I tried to keep it as positive as I could. I kept it. They're a married couple. They're a younger couple. They only have two children, and they are trying to do the right thing. Okay. You just got fired. You just got fired. You just got canned. What are you about to do? You just got fired from your job with no warning. You just got canned from your job that you've had for 15 years with zero warning, no warning at all. You just came to work one day and they said, yeah, you're doing a piss poor job. Go out, leave. We don't need you for the rest of the day. You say you would set up an Uber account? I'm asking now. I want to hear people's idea. Uber. Listen, here's the thing about Uber. I know I sound like a Debbie Downer. But Uber don't need you if everybody is laid off and at home. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere nobody needs to be if you fired. The only people that order an Uber is people that need to go somewhere. And also people with money. Now everybody is saying, I see Uber, Amazon, Flex. Okay. If hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people get chopped and fired right now, which they are, how many openings do you think is going to be for Amazon, Flex, and Uber? I said this a long time ago when I was telling people, start your own business. Nobody has any money. See, this the part we get into. Nobody has any money. What are you selling? You're selling something. That's your business, right? Who has money to buy anything? Start keeping kids in your home. Okay, that's a good idea, but what are they going to pay you with? These people that's fired and laid off, when we start talking about having your own business, becoming an entrepreneur and doing your own thing, where is anybody getting any money from to pay you for your services if everybody is fired? I wanted to come in with this conversation because I knew this was going to be like, woo, back to bartendering. To who if nobody can buy the alcohol or your services? That's what we're dealing with now, because everybody keeps saying what they'll do when everybody start getting fired, but you got to realize something. If nobody has any money, what services will you be providing? Are they for free? Are they voluntary? Danik says bartering and trading. Hey, Crafty Mom's Creation. She said, "Led, this is so scary." I know. That's why I'm talking about it. Because I need people to put this on your mind and don't be like, he's spreading fear. I sure the hell am. You need to be nervous right now because ain't nobody thinking about it. They too busy watching twerking TikTok videos instead of really paying attention to, hey, I could be next. You know what I watched today? I watched a lady get deported and all her kids is in the house. And the oldest daughter was yelling to her mama like, "I'm so sorry. I'll get us a lawyer. I'll do what I got to do." They left these kids in the house and took their mama, deported their mama to God only knows where, and left these children in the house with their oldest sister. Tell me where the humanity is in any of that. Okay. You just got fired. You just got canned. You're on the shitter right now. That's why I'm doing this, and I want to put this real scenario in your head because there are hundreds of thousands of people asking themselves this right now in real life, in real time. You just got fired. Now what? Now here's the thing about getting fired, because I've been in that situation before, several times, unfortunately. Not fired, but my job's picked up and left. Okay. You have a house note to pay, whether it's mortgage or it's rent. 98% of us have a car note to pay. 100% of us have auto insurance to pay. You have health care benefits to pay. You have unpaid bills still that you haven't paid off yet. You got credit cards. You got debt. Some of y'all got some payday loans, cash, checking the cash loans to pay. Some of y'all, unfortunately, borrowed a little something from a loan shark. You know you're going to get your thumbs broke. You mess around and get your thumbs broke. Borrowing money from loan sharks and mob bosses. But here's the deal. Every day we go to work, every day we put in work, no matter what you do, whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for somebody else. Every day you go to work expecting to be paid because you have bills to pay. You created bills, and people say you should live debt free. You should live debt free. Yes, you should live debt free. But let's keep it 100% true. In America, it's almost impossible to be 100% debt free. Even if you're debt free, you owe somebody something for something. No matter what, you don't got to have credit cards to be in debt. Debt is debt. If I owe you $10, that's debt. And if I owe you $10 instead of $10,000, it don't matter if I can't pay you. If I can't pay $10,000, I sure the hell can't pay $10. No matter what, I'm going back on my debt. I'm falling behind on my debt. I don't care if it's $10 or $10,000. So let's speed this up a little bit further. All these people getting fired. The other day I said, where are they all going? The thing I didn't want to touch on because we was already in a heated conversation, not just where are they all going. The reason I said where are they all going, because all of these hundreds of thousands of people that's getting laid off and fired, they have families. They have families. So it's not just 100,000 people get laid off. When daddy get laid off, so do his 4 kids. When daddy get laid off, so does his wife. When daddy gets laid off, so you got to count those people that he's supporting too. So if he got fired and he got 4 kids and a wife, that's 6 people that the government just sent to the razor blades to fend for themselves. It ain't just one person. We all keep thinking it's just 100,000 people. Each one of those 100,000 people has somebody to support. They're supporting someone. Even if it's their grandmother or their mother, they nursing them because they can't afford to get them in a nursing home. I don't want to fly off too far with this. Because see, this tree of evil has many branches. Let's get back to it. So hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people will be fired, laid off, clueless, with no jobs to find out there, especially in their field. They will lose their homes. Because if you have no money and you already in some sort of debt, again, don't care if it's $10 or $10,000, you're in debt. You will lose your home. I've had it happen to me before. It's one of the most heartbreakingest things you could ever see or feel. It's almost like, it ain't quite like having a death in the family, but whoa, you cry like it because all the things you've been working for and all the things that you have accomplished, trying to be an upstanding citizen and trying to be a good guy and trying to stand up for justice and proud of your country, for all of that to come crashing down and be taken away from you, it's like a death. It's like having a loss in the family. Here's one for you. Worst feeling in the world is watching the tow truck pull up to your house and take all your vehicles away. I'll never forget that happened to me. I'll never forget when my job picked up and moved and disappeared, that me, my brother, and my father worked at. Watching that man in that tow truck pull up in front of my house and take my cars one by one, my motorcycle, my boat, one by one. Every week, another tow truck would show up. To the point I just called the people like, hey, I'm gonna park the car over here at Kmart. It's in the parking lot. The keys are on top of the doggone driver's side wheel. Don't come in front of my house with no more tow trucks, please. If you come in front of my house with the tow trucks, you don't need to cut the lights on. Lord have mercy. Give me a little bit of peace. Don't cut the tow truck lights on. I'm already embarrassed enough. I'm hurt enough. And I'll be sleeping in the middle of the night and they think they got to take my car. I'm not that kind of person. If I can't pay for it, come get it. I'm not going to keep trying to hide no vehicles from y'all. Come and get them, please. But do it discreetly. Have a little honor. Have a little respect. There's no worse feeling than you come home from looking for a job all day, and that's back in the day where you had to go on foot and go put in applications with your pen, paper, resume, and all your references every day. Every day you go somewhere. It wasn't no computer. Wasn't no let me fill this out on the computer, fill out a job across town here on the computer. No, you had to get your butt up, get in whatever vehicle you could afford or catch a ride, and go put in physical paper applications and beg all day. Are you hiring today? Not yet, but we'll be hiring in April. Can I have an application? We're not quite handing them out yet, but you remember them? Remember them days? The worst feeling in the world is keep on. It was days where I went in 20 different companies, 15 different gas stations, and nobody is hiring. This was the early 90s, late 80s. See, y'all keep saying, ain't no jobs out there. Shit. I mean, before this dude. In late 80s, early 90s, there were no jobs. Period. Let me get back on track. I don't want to get into that because that's emotional. My point of telling you about some of my situations was people are about to go through that right now. You're going to be having your cars taken. You're going to be having your personal belongings taken. Your furniture that you paid for, that's going to be taken. You're going to start getting pink slips in the mail telling you past due. And the worst feeling in the world is when you come from that on your job hunt, or you coming from somewhere trying to clear your mind, even if you just taking a walk so you don't skydive off of a bridge with no parachute. You come home just to see an eviction notice in big red paper on your front door. Your kids open the door for you and that paper just kind of flutter, taped to the freaking front of the door for all the neighborhood to see. You're fired. That feeling of hopelessness runs deep, especially if you're a real man and you providing for your family. Those two knuckleheads ain't looking at that. It's real people out here. It's real men and women, real Americans out here that they're hurting. This is abuse. This is abuse. Because half of them people that got fired, they ain't did nothing wrong. They're firing people universally across the board. One clean sweep, everybody got to go. They're not doing evaluations. They're just saying this whole department is fired. They're not looking at people as individuals and seeing what they are or are not doing wrong. You're a number in their bank book. We have to slash number 6 so we can get this 100,000 or 90,000 he make every year. You have no name in their books. Listen, you could bet that dude with them funny looking cars all his wealth. You can bet him all his wealth that he has no idea he fired you. Bet him he would lose. He don't know who he's firing. He don't see names. He don't know anything about you. He's just firing this whole division. Everybody fired. He has no clue. None of them got no clue who they're firing. They're not going down to human resources and saying, what's going on, boss? Yeah, things is looking kind of grim. None of that. They're saying, hey, guess what? Bye. And he's playing games with people. He's making it fun for himself. Go to work tomorrow and swipe your card. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. He's turned it into a damn game show, and he's laughing about it on stage with a chainsaw, talking about cutting the fat. There is no troll in this mug right now that can tell me that this is humane. Whether you believe he should be firing people or not, is this how you do it? Is this how you treat other human beings? That's all I'm saying. Now, I want to make sure, let me see. Okay, we've been in 30 minutes. So let's get it. I said we was going to talk about the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. We talked about the problem for an hour and a half the other day. We just talked about the rest of the problem today for 30 minutes. Let's talk about some solutions. And let's talk about why we're doing what we're doing. Why are we gardening? Why are we raising chickens and livestock? Why should we be hunting for our own land to the best of our abilities with any kind of money we can scrounge up? I think it's starting to be a little more clear now that people can understand why this is so important to me. Why I said I have zero tolerance for the bullshit. I have zero tolerance. I do not want to have a conversation with you if you oppose facts. We only have a conversation on opinion, not facts. The reason we've been going so hard, all these people here on YouTube and these other content creators going so hard talking about you need to raise you some chicken. You need to raise you some fish. You need to start keeping some kind of livestock. You need to go buy your little plot of land some damn where. You need to try. In all these years, see, I know everybody like, Larry, I can't do it now. Everything's so expensive. Man, we've been singing this song for the last 15 years here on YouTube. And a lot of y'all been following me for all those 15 years. And my song ain't changed. My song and my tune is so the same that you can sing along with exactly what I'm going to sing. You know good and well, most of my videos, what I'm going to talk about. You know I'm going to be talking about planting, prepping, getting yourself together, purchasing some land, and putting the food away, preserving, and then you're going to hear why we should be doing it. For 15 years, I've been singing this song, and I'm not just saying me. All these people here on YouTube alone, I'm not talking about no other platform, YouTube alone. All these YouTubers been telling you this for years, and everybody kept saying, y'all stoking up fear. Nothing's going to happen. Jesus will take care of it. I'm waiting on Jesus. I'm not going to worry. I don't have to do anything. Jesus is going to do it. While Jesus is looking at you like, no, I'm not. It's your turn. I went down there already. You see what they did to me? I'm not going back down there. I'm not going back down there, especially if you ain't going to help me. Look here. He really ain't going to come down if you ain't going to help him. Look what happened to him last time he even had some help. And you talking about no, I'm waiting on Jesus. Jesus is like, you ain't did your part. I'm going to say this. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to ride this ignorant shit till the wheels fall off. You going to ride your ignorance right into your early grave. I'm not saying don't believe in the Almighty. Don't believe in Jesus. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you ain't about to sit back eating no damn Dorito chips waiting for Jesus to come lick the cheese off your fingertips. You got work to do, but you too lazy. You too scary. You trying to pass the buck. You trying to make up excuses. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Lick the cheese off your own fingertips. Right now, everybody should be focusing on gardening, even if you're fired. Everybody should be focusing on ways to eat right now. Everybody should be focusing on shelter. What have I been preaching for the last 8 years? Get a freaking tent. I was giving tents away. I was giving them away for free. Every time I had a camp meeting, I gave tents away. Every time we was on YouTube and I was doing a giveaway when I used to do that, I was giving away tents. Go back and look at my video. And people like, what are you giving away tents for? A tent? What am I do with a tent? You better hope you don't gotta live in it. I said everybody should have a tent inside their vehicle. They should have about 4 tents inside their garage. Why? Because of now. That's why. Because you don't know. Listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If YouTube and go down and look, again, I'm part of everything I'm talking about. No matter if I run my own businesses or not. It don't matter if I don't have anybody to buy my wear or buy my services. If YouTube stop, that money stops. If my businesses stop, that money stops. If they keep messing with the educational system, my wife's stuff stop. What am I going to do? See, I'm just like you. Don't for 1 second think I'm looking down my nose at you. What gives me these whole conversations and subjects to talk about is I am you. See, the dice is shaking for me too, see? If these fools keep acting like this, I'm going to get it too. The only difference between me and a lot of people is I've been had a plan. And I've been putting my every waking moment into my plan B and C and D. While everybody is out here buying brand new 2025 cars, let me break something down to you. I was looking on Facebook Market today. I was looking on Facebook Market for land. Can't make this up. As I'm scrolling, I see a Hellcat, a Dodge Hellcat. The boy want $20,000 for a used Dodge Hellcat. Purple and black. And he made it clear there's no negotiating the price. He got to have 20. Don't try to haggle him down. He ain't going for it. It's 20, no lower than that. Don't even bother asking him if you don't give him $20,000 in 2025 when people is getting fired. This boy, he got to be a boy. Want $20,000 for a car that's one of the most stolen cars in America right now. The highest insurance rate car in America right now. He want $20,000 for this Hellcat. He'll never, ever get it. Because people starting to count their money. They starting to put them pennies together now. Because they like, what am I going to do? Why on God's green earth would you be out there looking for a $20,000 car and you ain't got nowhere to live? And he said cash. Oh, I didn't want to laugh too hard. I might choke. He said cash. Go look it up if you don't believe me. He in Colombia somewhere. Cash. Everybody should be on Zillow and everybody should be on Realtor.com, Facebook Market. When you driving and see land for sale, your ass need to stop. Write down the phone number or take a picture of the for sale sign and start calling somebody. And ask them, what do you got to do to get this rolling? Want to know what I'm doing? Want to know what I've been doing all day? I've been out here tuning up this Jeep, tuning up my Jeep Wrangler, cleaning it out. Tomorrow I'm going to wash it, and then by the weekend I'm going to put it up for sale. I don't need 2 vehicles. Things is getting down to the wire. You know what's more important than a Jeep Wrangler to me? A pond full of fish. A pond on my land full of fish. That's more important to me than flossing in a Jeep Wrangler with the top off. Everybody is sitting here still trying to prove that you still got it. I mean, listen, 800 people in here right now. Let's be honest with one another. No, because that'll never stop. Let's be honest with ourselves right now. How much shit you got in your house need to go right now? Look around your house. I'm going to just point out real quick. I spy with my little eye. I see a Ninja blender. I got 2 Ninja blenders in my house. I got one of them bullet rockets Ninjas, and I got a food processor Ninja that I bought 2 years ago. I use each one of them once. Why is they taking up space in my kitchen? Shit gotta go. If I know what I paid for them, I think I paid like $80 for the food processor and something like $70, $80 for the bullet Ninja thing, whatever. Man, if I can get $30 off of them, it's sold. Sold. Brand new sold. This ain't no time to be haggling with prices. Get this junk out of your house and put some cash in your pocket and start making a way for the coming days or years. Man, we got 4 more years of this. You know this only been 30 days. Anybody know that? We only been a little bit over 30 days. What is it, 6 weeks? Thank you, Be Rich. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the pond fund, man. Thanks, brother. Dang, I can't hit it. Okay, there we go. Thank you, man. Think about that. Man, sell this junk off. You got a whole bunch of stuff in your house, man. Let me show you something. What I do with them damn things? Hold on. Let me show you something. If I can remember what I did with them. What I do with them? Huh? I bought some for sale signs. Because I'm going to start having some yard sales. Man, sell this stuff off. That Harley Davidson on the chopping block. I'm keeping my mini bikes because I need them on the land. But all this junk, all this mess, I done sold off 2 giant tents. I don't need that many giant tents, man. This stuff got to go. If it's not going to help make you money, it got to go. I'm just telling you because some people keep asking me, Leah, where do I start? Where do I start? I don't know where to start. Sell some of this bullshit off. You know, when you walk through the grocery store, you know what you see? You see every young adult and some older adult. Man, they got 15 to 20 different rings in their nose holes, in their lips, in their forehead for some damn reason. They got about 10 rings on, diamonds, bracelets, chains. Look at that, I broke my own chain. Y'all see the same thing I see. Sell that shit. Why are you walking around like you got it? You got it like that. You're as broke as everybody else, if not broker. I seen Air Jordans. I keep seeing all this money and you walking around with this money on your body. Number one, you're not fooling us. We know you're broke. Number one. Number two is in the world to come, coming up soon, you're going to be walking around with all this jewelry on your nose holes, in your ears, and pinched on your forehead, and somebody going to take a magnet to you. You're going to get robbed. Things is about to get desperate. Let me tell you something about where I come from. I was raised in a part of my city that was In the 90s, the 80s was more gangsterism, but the 90s was desperation. All of the 90s were desperation in my city. I don't know if you're watching me and you understand what a desperate city looks like. I don't know if you understand what a desperate city feels like, looks like. You're always looking over your shoulder. Who was that? Just Kendra said, yes, I'm in Detroit. Toledo, same thing. That feeling of every person walking by you is a 60-40 chance they want to rob you. A 60-40 chance, and it might be greater than that. Listen, walking through my city and the odds of you being robbed or putting a damn Glock in your ribs was so high you don't even want to leave the house. You was a prisoner in your own home. There was only certain times you really kind of wanted to come out. And it was, you can't say, I like to come out between 3 p.m. to about 5 p.m. Yeah, that's the golden hour, 3 to 5, 3 to 6. Only problem with that is that's also when the drive-bys happen. So nobody's really going to put a Glock in your rib cage, but you got to watch every single car to come up and down the street. Because your next door neighbors ain't right. And they over here smoking good. You don't know where they keep getting money from. When that car come down the street, they shooting at that house, but they live next door to me with my children. Desperate times, y'all. I thought I would never see that again. I thought I would never see those desperate times again, where people ain't got nothing. Nobody nowhere got anything, where all we did and all we could do was congregate on each other's porches and talk shit. Because ain't nobody got no money. Ain't nobody got no jobs. I'm sitting here cutting hair in my dining room for a little extra money here and there. My daughter, Princess Leia, she needs some diapers. I gotta cut some hair. I love when school time hit. When school hit, thank you for that. Brian Shute said, got some expensive carpet cleaning equipment from my business that I have for some years. You definitely right about getting rid of things. Amen to that. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Look, my daughter need diapers. So I love when school time came, when all these single mothers needed their son's hair cut and stuff. Man, I was a cutting fool. I cut every kid hair that I could. Bring them over here. Tell people I'm over here. Desperate times, man. Desperate times. I don't ever want to feel that way again. I don't ever want to feel like I need to leave the house. Remember, these also were days, wasn't no cell phones, wasn't no computers. That wasn't every house got this shit, okay? So you're on your own. 911 was at the payphone down on the corner or inside your house if you could afford a house phone or your neighbor's phone. You had to call 911. You better have 911. You got to go run to the payphone. Nobody has cell phones in their pockets and stuff. And computers. You didn't leave home without your sidearm, going to work or coming from. No matter what the jobs policy was, no firearms, shit. I don't know where your neighborhood at. No firearms on the premises. For who? Is you gonna give me a ride to the house? You know what? I've gotten a ride to my house so many times, and I keep telling my friends to drop me off. Don't get out. Roll that window up. Have you ever lived in a neighborhood so bad where you gotta give rules to the person that's dropping you off or picking you up? Like, look, come pick me up. At 7 p.m. on the nose, we on second shift. 7 p.m., man, no later than 7 p.m. If I ain't out in less than 60 seconds, keep going. Go around the block. But don't go around the block more than twice because they're going to think you 5-0. They're going to start dumping on you. Come on now, tell me, have you ever lived in a situation like that? When your friend come to pick you up, you got to give him rules and regulations to your neighborhood? Lock your doors, roll your windows up, and turn your music down. Come up in the front of the house, 7 p.m. sharp, man, 7 p.m. Let's synchronize watches. If I'm not out in 60 seconds, go around the block once, and I'll come out. If I'm not out again, go around one more time. If I still ain't out, man, leave. Hurry up and leave. Because either you're going to get robbed or you're going to get dumped on because they think you're 5-0 or they think you the other set. That's where I'm from. And then if somebody give you a ride home because your car broke down, hey, man, just drop me up here on the corner. You don't want me to take you to the house? No, don't do that. Man, drop me off at this doggone convenience store right here. Or drop me off at this gas station. But I thought you said you live like 2 blocks away. I do. They know me. They'll erase you. I appreciate the ride. Blah, blah, blah. Here's $5 for gas. Drop me off, bruh, for your own good. That's where I'm from. A lot of y'all, especially the one that said she was from Detroit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you're fired. You just got canned. What should we be doing right now? The only thing you can do right now with no food, with no money, let's talk about having no money. I'm good at that. Let's talk about what can we do while we broke. I'm gonna show you. What can you do to either make money or eat while you broke? Let's talk about it. If you can't go get you a $5 bag of soil, go out in your yard and go under a tree. Dig up a little bit of soil under the tree. Because that's going to be the best soil in your area. Where a tree is going to turn that soil into compost, or that tree keeps dropping leaves constantly, which keeps on turning into mulch, or go around one of these businesses with all that mulch. Go grab a handful of bucket. Don't get in trouble. Put that in there. Put it away. Now, go to the store and a pack of tomatoes, a pack of seeds will cost you, well, they don't cost that no more. Now they like $2.99, right? I'm about to tear you up. I ain't at the land, so I can't show you. Okay, better. Go to the store, eat a tomato, spit out the seeds on a napkin. Plant that, let that seed dry. Plant that seed in that soil that you got from under that tree. And you're going to have a tomato plant. This is old okra that my wife put on a string to dry out probably 5 years ago. And we keep using these same okra seeds. Spit those seeds out and replant them. Don't just be eating stuff and throw the core away. Don't just be eating stuff and spit the seeds out. Spit them seeds in a napkin. Now, I'm telling you what we could do if we broke. Now, when it comes to a container, if you can't get your hands on a 5-gallon bucket, you know what's out here? It's all kind of plastic ice cream buckets rolling around in the middle of the street. It's damn chitlin buckets rolling around on the curb. It's 2-liter bottles all over the place. You can plant them seeds in the pollution that we causes every day. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. We can actually start cleaning up our own pollution by using it to plant food in. All these old broken Rubbermaid buckets that people got full of clothes because they just got kicked out of their house, and they full of shoes and drawers and shit. I'm sorry about that one. Old Rubbermaid bucket full of shoes and drawers. Dump them shoes and drawers out there and take that bucket. They all over the place. All you got to do is follow the garbage truck. Follow the garbage truck. And we are talking about brass tacks down to the bottom basement broke. I've done this stuff already. And you want to know what? I did it and didn't even have to do it. I did it because I enjoyed planting in all kind of different ways. Somebody said cardboard boxes. It won't last very long, but damn it, it'll work. If you can afford, go to Dollar General, and they got these little bags of potting soil for like $2.50. If you can afford that, that is your container, okay? So this is all you're going to do. This is all you're going to do if you go to Dollar General and get that little bitty bag of soil, potting soil, okay? Just like that. Don't pull the soil out. Take you a knife, cut a hole in it, like this. Okay? And plant that seed right there. This will be your container. That $2.50 pot of soil will be your container for the season until it outgrow it. But by the time that tomato plant or that pepper plant outgrow that $2.50 bag of potting soil, hell, it'll be too hot for it to keep on growing anything anyway. Or you'll be done got enough food off of it to either sell, eat, or go get you another bag of soil by then. So don't be like, I ain't got no buckets, lad. I don't not even know what to do. I'm watching all these content creators here on this platform give you alternatives, and nobody's listening. Everybody is looking and watching for the entertainment. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. Let's keep it a buck. You're fired. You're unemployed. You're laid off. They ain't giving nobody no sub pay, and they ain't giving nobody no unemployment. You're fired. And you don't even know if you're going to get another check. People is out here, and they ain't even told them they can come get their last check. That kind of fired. Think about that. How much longer will you have money to pay for your YouTube subscription or your cell phone subscription, your Wi-Fi subscription? How much longer is your internet going to work out for you? Some of you are not done paying for your smart device, whether it's an iPad or a cell phone. That is your way and means of communication to the rest of the world. That is your means and way of educating yourself to get through this world. How much longer do you have where you can keep paying your bill? Because see, if you're fired, fired is fired. No more money, no more income coming in. So you got to start thinking about and writing down, get a piece of paper tonight and write down all of your debt. I don't care if you only pay 25 cents a month on something. scholastic books, scholastic books for your children, whatever it is. Write down all debts from 1 cent and up. And then write down your last known income. How much were you making? And add those two up. Which one? Add up how much you make a year versus your debt. The reason I want you to do that is so you can see it with your eyes and realize with your eyes, because you're going to be swallowing real strong when you start looking and digging out your credit card. Ooh, I didn't know I owed them that. Ooh, interest rates. Your interest rate's going to start making sense to you because people don't be caring about the interest rate. They like, long as I can pay the credit card, I don't care about the interest rate. You're going to start looking at the interest rate. Your interest rate is damn 42%. So you mean to tell me every time I make a $50 payment, they get almost $25? So only $25 go toward the principal? That's why I'm still paying on this shit? Yeah, because you only paid $25 went to the interest. You only paid $25 on this $20,000 Hellcat. You went and got a loan from the credit union or the bank for a $20,000 car, and the interest rate is 34%. So you wondering, why is it taking me so long to pay this car off? Because you ain't paid for nothing. All you paid for so far is the favor that they did for you. You ain't put no money towards the car itself, the principal itself. The car is the principal. Go look at some of these interest rates, man. Don't you ain't got to go. Listen to one of these fast talking commercials. This is based on Dodge. That dude at the end of that Dodge commercial talking that fast is telling you he's screwing you. Interest rate, 9.9 financing, money back guarantee. That dude is talking that fast because he's telling you, let me interpret for him. I'm gonna screw you good. All that fast talking he did was just what I just told you. Bring you some baby oil. Bring some baby oil too. What? How much is the down payment? Baby oil. What? Nothing. Nothing. I was just thinking something. Yeah. That's your down payment. Some grease. And now, to purchase a new car now, right now, if you have good enough credit, I'm going to say that. If you got good enough credit like that where you are actually shopping for a vehicle, you may want to go ahead and go down to Napa Auto Parts, AutoZone, and go ahead and put some new spark plugs on that boy. Go on to Firestone real quick, or go on to the junkyard, go get you some new tires, slap on that boy. Go ahead and get some of that upholstery cleaner and go ahead and wash them seats. Get you some duct tape and patch over that hole in the seat that drives you crazy every time you see the foam. And you better ride that boy till the wheels fall off. Some dude this past summer was like, lead, all your paint coming off your Tahoe. Look, this is what you want to do. I don't want to do anything. Such and such, they paint cars. I really, frankly, don't care. I'm not trying to stunt for nobody. I'm going to ride that Tahoe till the wheels literally fall off. The rear window defroster don't work. I don't even care. Can't see shit. Go back there with an ice scraper I don't care. But before you go trying to spend 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 on these brand new cars, I seen a Toyota, what's that I like so much? What is that? Forerunner. Was that a Forerunner or was that a Sequoia? Either one. They all look the same now. $74,000 for a 2022 Toyota. I want to say it was a Toyota Forerunner. $74,000. $74,000 for a used Toyota. I don't give a damn what it is. Toyota spaceship. I don't give a shit. If that mug can launch right here while you driving, it can just take off and go fly your ass to the moon. $74,000. Right now, do you know what you could do with $74,000? We have to start deciding what moves we're going to make because this ain't going well. Right now, those two knuckleheads are starting to feel the heat from the people. The people, even the people that voted for them, they are pissed off. Okay? They are pissed off. They giving them two dudes a hard time. But we still got 4 years no matter what. This is like 4-year sentence in prison. That's what this is. This is like prison. Family, if you have not looked into purchasing some kind of land, if you got any kind of nest egg put away, or if you have a bunch of junk, couple of rings and jewels that you don't even look at, rings that something, man, this ain't no time. This ain't no time to be sitting there like, I got a 1-carat diamond ring up in shit. You better hawk that stuff before the stock market fully crash again. Get it while the getting is good. Did y'all see? I don't know nothing about the stock market. All I know was something came across my feed talk about it's the worst ever. It crashed. I don't know nothing how the stock market worked. I just seen all of the major corporations and then that line doing this. Am I wrong or am I right? Some of y'all know about stocks. I seen that. I don't know about stocks, but I do know any line anywhere in the world going down like this is bad. Down to hell means bad, right? This means bad, correct? Okay, I don't know. I always thought this meant good, up to heaven, right? This, down to hell, means bad. So that line in the stock market is doing this. It's at all-time record lows all across the board, every company. Thanks to Knucklehead and Ding Dong. Everybody's pulling out. Everybody's pulling out. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They're washing their hands of these two guys. It's too risky. So, the first piece of advice I'm going to tell you until the next video is this. You need one thing that you can control. I can't tell you can control your income or your money because I don't know your income, I don't know your money, I don't know your situation. One thing we can control. See that? You see that? You can control the food that you eat. I don't want to talk about them dudes today. I want to talk about getting our control and taking our own power back. You have power and you aren't exercising it. You literally have a superpower right there in your refrigerator. This came out of a honeydew melon back in 2021, and I still got the seeds, and yes, they still germinate. I could do this all day. Okra seeds that came off our okra plants. Yes, they still work and they still germinate. This string used to be down to about 5 feet long, and now this is what we got left because they still germinate. You can go to the grocery store and go get you a watermelon, make sure it got seeds in it, eat the dang on watermelon, use the watermelon, plant the seeds, and you got watermelons. Eat the tomato, cut out the center of the, you ain't got to eat the whole damn tomato. Cut out a spoonful of seeds, put them on a paper towel, let them dry out, and then go plant them tomato seeds. You can control your food because your kids got to eat. You got to eat. Your wife got to eat. Your husband got to eat. That's something that we can control, that we gave our power to knucklehead and ding dong to the point that we think if they screw us, we ain't going to eat. Don't give all your power away. You still have the power to control your nutrition. And frankly, it'll help you live longer and feel better and be healthier. I don't know another way to say it. Now, I don't want to start talking about hypotheticals when it comes to how we can buy some land. We'll talk about that on the next one. How we can weasel our way into some land. Right now, I'm telling you, and I want to give you a guaranteed way that you'll be able to feed your children, because things ain't looking like it's going to get better. Now, they may stop these two dudes from totally, utterly destroying absolutely everything, but the truth is the damage is done. The damage is done beyond recognition. There is no turning back from this damage that has been done. You have destroyed all of our allies, ties, and all of the stuff that we was getting from them. And for everybody to keep saying America first, kiss my ass. The whole thing. You better bring some chapstick because I got a biggin. Kiss the whole ass. All of it. The reason why I say that America first shit is garbage and is fake as hell, because in your mind, you think that we can produce absolutely everything we need to keep this America up and running. You think we can produce all of the materials and all of the food and all of the vegetables and all of the minerals and all of the oils right out of this country. You dummy. You keep talking about we don't need no other country. You dumb. When you say we don't need other countries, you are an idiot. Listen, we already sold this country out probably 70, 80 years ago. We stopped producing our own shit 70, 80 years ago. We start subletting other countries to do our shit because it was cheaper because we were greedy. Guess what happened in the process? We were paying them pennies on a dollar to make our tennis shoes and shit, right? They got good at learning how to make the stuff that we used to make. Like China. Everybody keeps saying China be stealing stuff. They say, oh, China be stealing people patterns. China be stealing this. What y'all don't know is the truth is, and you go and look at the facts, is America gave China a lot of those patents and patterns to build certain things for us. They didn't steal it. We gave them blueprints to a lot of shit so they could make it for us so we can sell it Sell it high to our people. Y'all make it for cheap. But why you think China was doing so good? China is doing so good because they did that for all of the countries. We'll build y'all shit for pennies on a dollar. All we asking is, can we keep the patent? Can we keep the design? These dummies is like, yeah, we paying you a penny on a dollar. Hell yeah, you can keep the design. We don't care what y'all do with it in China. We don't care what you do with it in China. But they never, and the reason why they didn't care, because they never thought China was going to blow up and be a superpower. So now here we are, keep talking about some China keeps stealing our patents and China keeps stealing our blueprints for all our stuff. They keep copying all our shit. Go back and read your history and look at the truth that America gave them. The patterns to everything. They didn't steal it initially. I ain't saying they ain't stealing some stuff, but I'm telling you, they didn't initially start stealing. We gave them the pattern so we could get things made cheaper. And here we are. So my point of this is, we here in America, we don't have any more resources. We start splurging them. Our resources aren't enough to sustain us. So there are certain countries, Africa, there are certain continents, Africa, there are certain places, Africa, that we solely depend on everything they have because we don't have it. We don't produce it, or we don't produce enough of it to sustain this country. So while Picklehead is sitting there talking about some put tariffs on every damn thing, people don't even realize we don't make that shit here. We don't have that mineral here. We can't build that here. We need the metal from that country. We need the iron from that company. From that country. We need the minerals from that country. We need we need to be able to go through this country to make it cheaper for our exports and imports. If you don't have cheap imports and exports because this country is giving you a pass-through, now you're going to pay more money to go all the way around this country to get to the people that's buying it, where your money is being wasted. Your money being wasted on ships traveling, fuel, energy. You got a tariff on these people, and you was cutting through their backyard, so it was cheap for us to get our equipment over there and get that stuff back here. That was cheap for us. But now we can't do that because you done pissed them off. Now you got to go all the way around the damn world to take these supplies over there and bring them back, meaning you don't make no money because this country does not have all of the stuff that they keep lying to you, telling you we got. If we had everything still, think about this. If we still had all of the things that we had to sustain this country, we wouldn't have had to. Let me back that up because that's not true. That's not true. I was about to say we wouldn't have did it anyway. I keep leaving out the greed component. But let's back this back up. You know why we don't have everything we need anymore? Let's just say that we do have everything we need. We have all the minerals, we have all the oil, we have all the petroleum. Say we have everything right here in this country. We don't have enough anymore. We would only have enough from back in 1950 when it wasn't this many people in this country. And I'm not talking about people coming over from other countries. I'm talking about the baby boomers right here in this country alone. We didn't have enough supplies in the 50s or the 60s. That's why we was going to these other little countries sneakily trying to rob them of their resources. Do your history. See, people just like to talk, but they don't do no reading. Go read. We did this. We started this gangster shit. And what Pumpkinhead don't remember is They don't need us like that anymore, bruh. This is not 1950s and 1960s America anymore, bruh. Where we were the superpower. See, this is, let me break it down to the people that really truly don't get what I'm saying because you don't read. This is the equivalent of you telling your best friend everything about your wife. Every day you go to work, you tell your wife, or you tell your best friend, man, she got the best cakes in the world, bro. Man, I was up all night, man. I couldn't get no sleep, man. My wife is the bomb. And she do this little thing, and I like, man, the way she do it, and all I gotta do is this and that, man. You're telling your friend all of your sexual secrets. You're telling your friend all of your private stories and secrets. And your friend is like this, oh, for real? She do that to you? Man, wish my wife did. Oh, for real? She do it like that? Tell me what else you want to, she like it like what now? Oh, for real? Oh, yeah? Okay, damn, man, you a lucky man. You tell your friend every single thing about your wife and your secret and things that go on in your bedroom. And then you come home and your best friend is in your room doing all that stuff. You gave him the blueprints to please your wife. You gave him the blueprints to please your wife. He didn't have to come in here and spit no game or nothing. He was like, look, I brought your favorite little thing over here. What you doing with that? You know what I'm doing. I heard you like chocolates too. I heard you like to eat bonbons while you do it. Who told you that? Oh boy, huh? I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to, impose. This is what I'm telling you. America shared all their dirty secrets, patterns, and blueprints with all these other countries. So do you think all this time, these other countries that we have been hired out to do work for us, you don't think they're going to make the same shit on the side so they can be as happy and prosperous as we are, so they can go brag to another country like, I be hitting that thing. They want what you got. America is a superpower. Why wouldn't nobody want that? America is a superpower because we got the best military, we got the best bombs, we got the best guns, we got the best food, we got the best clothes, we got the best music. So look what all these other countries have done over time. Now, I'm going to hit you in the head with this one, so listen up. Put on a helmet. Put on a helmet because I'm about to crack you across the head with this one. Listen. All these other countries been looking at America all these years like they got the best of everything to the point they start emulating everything we do. One word, hip hop. There is not a country on the planet that don't rap, that don't pop and lock, that don't know how to do the arm wave. Every single country damn near don't got their own dances because they too busy trying to emulate and imitate us. The way they dress, the way they talk, the way they walk, the restaurants, the food, everything. And the only people that won't emulate us, we call them little punks. We talk about France and them because they like eating bagels and stuff and baguettes and whatnot and croissants. So they punks to us. But they're like, we're not going to be part of that shit y'all doing. And y'all coffee tastes horrible. And we like our bagels and baguettes and croissants. The rest of these countries, though, if you go over to some of these countries, you won't know you done left America. You want to know why? Because what they're doing by emulating us and trying to make their own little piece of America, they have done it. They have succeeded. In all these countries, they make their own vehicles, even some better than ours now. Some of Auto dealers and automakers are better than our very own. You can't deny it. That's why your ass drive a Toyota. That's why you drive a Lexus. That's why you drive a Honda. I could go on. That's why you drive a Kia. That's why you drive a Hyundai. How many American-made cars is it anymore? There's a lot of American-made cars with our emblems on them, our names on them, but everything inside that vehicle was shipped in and imported from overseas. We really don't have anything anymore. The car you driving with a Cadillac symbol on the front of it is just a big-ass Toyota with an American symbol on the front of it. Who makes your cell phone? Who makes your cell phone? Who makes your laptop? Who makes your iPad? Who makes your television? Right now, the flat screen you bought on Black Friday, who makes it? What's the name on it? Sony? Because China bought all of the American brand names, and you might say, I got a Zenith. This is made in Illinois. No, it's not. Not since 1975, it's not. See, they're doing the same thing that Pumpkinhead do. Think about this. This is how Pumpkinhead works. We own the name. See, Pumpkinhead owns the name Pumpkinhead. So that's why he keep putting that name, his name, on every building, in every structure, and on his drawers, and in the back of his shirt, because sometimes he forget who he is. He puts his name on everything. So everybody back in the day knew how famous he was. So they bought his name only. The company is being run by the Hilton hotels, but it got Pumpkinhead name on the front of it. Because they know his name back then stood for something, and they like, people gonna think this is Pumpkinhead Hotel. That's gonna bring us in even more money than Hilton Hotel. So people was purchasing his name to put on their building just so more people would come into their building. Okay, these American automakers and American manufacturers do the same thing. All we have is a name. We just leasing the name. That's it. But it's actually, really, truly, all this stuff is being owned by overseas. Who makes your cell phone? Who makes your iPad? Who makes your laptop? Who make your shoes? Who make your clothes? I can't make this shit up. If it say it's made in America, it was made in America, but the materials came from overseas. So every time people keep talking about America first, I don't think you understand how this works. We cannot survive without our allies. We cannot survive anymore without all of our partnerships all across the world. This is not 1946. This is not 1950 anymore. We have entirely too many people in this country for it to sustain itself. We have overeaten. There's nothing left in the freezer, nothing left in the refrigerator. This country is too many people living in this house, and all we got is a little doggone apartment refrigerator. It's not enough. And then you turn around and you stop the farmers from even trying to do their job. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. I want to stay on point because now we had an hour and a half and I'm about to go. But I want you to understand one thing. One thing that you definitely can control is the food. You can control the food. I don't know too many other ways about everything else, but we can control our food. Our food can be traded and bartered. Our goods and services can be traded and bartered because they're making it so we don't have any money to exchange. One minute they playing with digital money, then paper money. In a minute, we won't even control our own money. We won't control our income. Frankly, you don't control it now. Really, let's be for real. You don't control your money now. You know what you got? You got the same thing in your pocket as I do. A pocket full of plastic cards. That is not money. Let me show you something. Now, I ain't going to show you a real credit card, but I'm going to show you this. You know, that's a card. That's just a normal old card to get in Costco, okay? Say this is a credit card. This is not a guarantee that I can get in this store. This is a promissory note saying that I can get in the store. Your credit card is not currency. Your credit card is a promissory note that will, if you use this card and show this card to somebody, will give you however much you need to a certain point. So they're already controlling our money. In your brain, you got $5,000 in the bank. In your brain, in your head, like Heather Headley. In your mind, you got $5,000 in the bank. And all they got to prove it is this stupid card, right? This piece of plastic. If you lose this piece of plastic, they're going to give you $100 worth of hell. Here's a test to let you know I'm not bullshitting you. Go to the bank and tell them give you your $5,000 and only leave in enough to leave your account open. They're going to say, we don't got that much money. What? If you go to the bank and tell them to give you all your $5,000 and only leave that damn $20 in to keep your account open, they're going to call the manager. You're going to have to go into the banker's room. You're going to have a meeting with the manager. You're going to have to sign some documents and paperwork. And yeah. And they may not even have it in that bank establishment. They may send you to a whole nother bank or tell you you got to come back on Wednesday. We got to put an order in to get your money. That's what happened to me. You will sit there and be like, wait. Well, what the hell? Y'all got that big ass door with all them combinations and that big ass wheel for? What is that for? Oh, sorry, honey, that's the break room. That's the break room. Yeah, somebody keep going in there biting people's sandwiches and taking their pudding pops, and we figure we better put a door on here so we catch the culprit who keeps stealing people's damn lunches. Ain't nothing in that damn safe. That's the break room. Why do you think the door is open all day? Just open. It be open. They don't close it and lock it back. You come into the bank, you see that big ass 2-foot thick door wide open. And people be walking in and out of it, eating stuff. Like, I always be thinking when I'm standing in line, like, where's they getting all these delicious treats? I wonder who the hell put some treats and snacks in their account. Because they keep going in there, coming back with birthday cake and shit. What? That's the break room. That ain't no safe. Go ask them for your money and watch them tell you to go straight to hell. I still got the paperwork to this day where they put me through $100 worth of hell, made me sign all kind of shit, talk to the manager, sit down and ask me, why do I want my money? They asked me, why do you want your money? Because it's mine. It's my money and I want it now. That's why. The hell? Well, we got to have a better, we got to have a better answer than that. Oh, you mean I need a better answer for you so I can have the money that I put in here. Okay, I want my money because I don't want you to have it. Because I don't trust your ass. Try that on for size. Spread that on a biscuit and eat it. Is that good enough for you? Well, there's no reason to be, irate and smart. Yeah, it is, man. Give me my money, man. Give me my money. You got my ID. I come in here every day. Every Friday. My face is on the camera every single day. Y'all pat me down. I gotta leave my wallet. I gotta leave my keys and my hat outside in the car and shit. Y'all see me every week. Look, the guard name is Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Yeah, what's up? What's going on, bruh? I know the guard's name, bruh. He got 2 kids and one of them about to go to college, right? Yeah, so I be here every week. Give me my money. Go try to get your money out the bank and watch them give you $100 worth of hell. If you trying to get some money out of now they'll give you a cashier's check. That's just another figment of your imagination. It's just another piece of paper. It's not your cash. It's a figment of your imagination. Writing a damn on a piece of paper. This is all a game. It's all a joke. And they playing with all of it. We have a figment of our imagination money. This ain't real money. And here we are. If you get fired, if you get canned, what are you about to do? Hundreds of thousands of people are getting fired and losing their job while we're talking during this video right now. Right now. I may be next. You may be next. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If I get it, I got to let this go. I'm not going to keep trying to kill myself to pay for a house that don't belong to me, right? I don't care how close I am done to paying it off. They'll take it and they'll let the damn bats live in it and termites eat it up before they let me have my own home I've been paying for all these 15 years. They don't care. I've seen that in Detroit. I've seen that in Toledo, Ohio. The bank will put your ass out and won't even put your house back up for sale and let it rot into the ground. They'd rather see you and your family out on the street and let that house rot into the ground and let drug users and homeless folks move in it and tear it up. And drug dealers. They'd rather let it do that. You know why? Because they got insurance policy on it. They already got paid. What did I tell you? They got their money already. All them years that you was paying on that house, you was paying the interest. You wasn't paying the principal. So they got their money from your ass 20 years ago. They're cool. So they don't care if the house melt into the earth because they already got their money. As soon as that house get dilapidated, they got an insurance policy on that house. And guess what? When they cash in the insurance policy, they still own the land. They're going to turn around and sell the land to the city to turn it into a parking lot. It's money over money over money, hand over fist. It's a game. If you can purchase land cash, purchase land cash. I'm going to say something a little kooky and then I'm going to leave. But y'all want to hear this, okay? You want to hear this one because I'm going to dip down into a little creepy little alley real quick. Not conspiracy theory alley. I'm going to take you to the hood. I'm about to take you to the hood with me. I'm going to ask you a question. How would you buy land right now? How would you buy land right now? I'm asking you right now. How would you buy land? I'm gonna just give you a little tidbit. How would you buy land? Do you have cash? You have credit? What if you can't afford it? What if you ain't got enough cash? I'm going to ask you this, and I know this sounds crazy. Owner financing. I'm going to ask you a question. Would you use a credit card? Would you use a credit card and cash it out to buy land? Anybody? Would you use your credit card to buy land? Queen says no. Zach says yes. Gene says yes. My little corner says yes. K-Mac says no. SD says no. TLC says no. Goddess says no. Little Green Patch says no. Jackie says no. L says no. Pancho Evolution says yes. No. Granny Yah says yes. Sean says does it all yes. The TLC Loc Style says no. RLM Herb says no. It's a lot. Okay, we're going to do this. I told you I'm doing some hood shit, okay? So I'm talking hood shit. So I'm telling you, if you don't understand hood language, just put your fingers in your ears. If you had a credit card with enough balance on it where you could purchase a $10,000 or $20,000 piece of land on a credit card, you cashed it out. Once you get the land is yours. Can't nobody take the land from you. I'm just saying. Now you could try your hardest to pay this card off all you can. Do everything in your power to pay that card off. You make the payments on that card. When you get a lump sum, you pay on that card. But you got to remember one thing. That land is in your name. You got the deed in your hand. I told you I'm talking some gangster shit now. I didn't say none of this made no sense. I ain't say none of this was right. I ain't say none of this was on the up and up. Would you go to checking the cash? Would pay their loans? I'm just saying. If you mess around and get in trouble with that card, let's just say it mess around and go to collection. You make a deal like I can afford $50 a month. Done. You paying $50 a month on that card that done mess around and went to collections, but you own 5 acres. You're producing food on your 5 acres. You're producing livestock and eggs on your 5 acres. That can help you pay that shit off. You can go to collections and say, hey, what's the cash out price of that? Well, we'll take $12,000 and we'll call it square. I told him, I'm talking gangster shit. I normally don't like talking like this because I don't want little kids hearing me. Because see, these days and times, they done put me back into my old shit. See, my mind, the way I used to work, the way I used to grind, the way I used to hustle, I ain't saying it was right. I never said my grind and my hustle was morally okay, morally sound. I never said that. I said back in the day, I had to support my family, I had to support my children, and I was willing to do whatever I had to do that. Now here's another one. Once you own that land, once you done bought that land with your credit card, you have that land, you own that land free and clear, you got the deed in your hand, you can actually borrow money. Now the banks want to mess with you. Now the banks want to mess with you because you got something. You got some collateral. Now you can borrow against that land, pay off you know, your collection bill. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna talk no more. I ain't gonna talk no more hood shit with you. Y'all ain't listening. Y'all ain't listening, man. You ain't listening to this. Don't listen. Don't make me go down that way. Lord, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry for telling anybody any of this stuff. But the reason I'm telling you, I would never talk like this and expose none of these little weird side lane ways to do certain things. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this. Because they doing it. The only reason I'm bringing this up because you keep wondering why these rich people stay rich. You keep wondering why these billionaires stay billionaires. You keep wondering why these millionaires stay millionaires because they don't use their own money to do shit. They use your money. And this is the little trickery shit where you think I got it from? You think I got this from my homeboy Earl and my homeboy Ray? No, I got this from watching rich people over in Ottawa Hills. All them people in Ottawa Hills and Toledo, Ohio didn't own shit. They had the perception that they were rich. But they was borrowing from Peter to pay Paul just to make them look rich. They was buying these new strip malls with this dude's money. They're borrowing from this bank to have this mall built. They didn't pull nothing out of their pocket. So once the strip mall is built and it starts bringing in all this income around Christmas time, because everybody want to see the new mall, they pay it off. They pay off the loan. They pay off the debt. Now they literally have this strip mall and this land free and clear, and they never used a red cent of their own money. Go look it up. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Y'all out here wondering why you don't got no land and you can't come up with no money for no land. Do you think all the people that you keep talking to and seeing living this good, all this land and acreage and farmhouses and shit, you think they just had some cash laying around? Most of them didn't. That ain't how most of it worked. Most of it was a little bit of conniving and a little bit of, I'm going to take a hit in the pocket on that to get this. You know how that works in real life, right? I'm going to, for instance, let me break this down to you to make it a little bit more understandable. I'm going to sell my 2007 Jeep Wrangler, 4-door Jeep Wrangler, right? I'm going to sell that. I'm definitely going to get $12,000 cash for that 4-door Jeep Wrangler, even in these days. I'm going to sell that Jeep. I don't want to sell my Jeep. I really, really like my Jeep. But I want to sell it so I can get something greater. Listen to me real close. Once I have that pond built and I have some infrastructure put on my land, that will help me make more money. I can get another Jeep when I'm balling again. But you got to take a hit somewhere. That's why I was like, sell all that shit in your house that you ain't using. You got to take a hit somewhere. Your feelings going to be hurt. You done sold Meemaw's ring and shit. You going to be hurt. But see, for me, I'm thinking like this. Would my mama want me struggling right now if all I got is her ring and her ring is worth $7,000, $8,000 and I'm sitting here ain't got no food in the house? Would she want me struggling? This is just a ring. This is just an item that some dude made because he ain't had nothing better to do. When you go to the jewelry store, it's just a ring. It ain't your grandmama's ring. It's just a ring. It ain't gonna bring your grandmama back either. But what it could do is, do you think your grandmama or your mama or your daddy will want you struggling? Or they like, man, if you don't sell that shit and get my babies up out, get my grandbabies up out that bullshit, y'all ain't got to be living like this. Man, go sell that shit. But dad, I still got your 57 Chevrolet that you used to wipe with a baby diaper. If you don't go sell that sucker for $90,000 and shut up with that bullshit, I know what my daddy would say. Go sell that shit. You kidding me? You holding on to that and you eating ramen noodles? Fool, if you don't go sell that car and get you some land. See, I done told my kids, don't be trying to save shit. If I got something and it's worth it, not that land, don't ever sell that land. But if I got something and you can get a hand up on that shit, rings, jewelry, gold tooth, I don't give a damn. Pirate leg, I don't care. Sell it. Don't struggle because you're trying to keep something in remembrance of me. That won't bring me back. And about 3 or 4 generations, won't nobody know what this damn ring is all about. It'll be buried in the floorboards of some house, and then years later, some family that ain't got shit to do with us gonna find that ring. So what did it do for us? Nothing. Told a good story. Get rid of all this shit. To do something, you gotta take a hit somewhere to make a come up. That's the only way. In times like today, you got to start thinking like a true. You have to start thinking like a true street salesman. You truly have to start thinking like a true street salesman. You know you only got this much. How can you take this much and make it this much? You got to cut some corners here and there. And once you get around here, you can relax and then fix this situation you made over here. That's, man, again, I'm not going to get into that because I know a lot of people ain't feeling that, but y'all keep wondering why other people is up and you ain't. You keep wondering why people is up and you ain't. And any other time, I would be like, hell no, don't ever do any of this. That's insanity. Don't ever do anything that crazy. That's too risky. That's too dangerous. And no, don't do that. Any other time, I would say that. But I've never been alive in a day where I literally watch with my own eyes every single day hundreds of thousands of people being fired from their jobs. What you don't understand is if hundreds of thousands of people are fired from their jobs, that's a domino effect. The housing market is going to crash because nobody can buy no home. The automobile industry is going to crash because nobody can buy no automobiles. Nobody can buy no fuel because they don't got no automobiles. Nobody can buy no car insurance because nobody got a car. It's all going to domino effect down. What you don't realize is it has already started. The first handful of dominoes is already toppled. It's just a matter of time before you start to feel it. We start to feel it. Every time that we keep hearing on the news that they laid off or fired 1,000 people, every time they say that, you should shudder. I don't give a damn what part of the government or private sector that they fired people. You should be shitting your pants. Because most of us is thinking, well, we don't need them anyway. Yeah, they're cutting the fat. Oh, really? The people that's keeping you safe? Okay. The people that builds this product? Okay. The people that doing it? Okay. All that is going to topple down on your head. Because ain't nobody there to do the job anymore. So when they're not there to do the job up there, it makes your job down here irrelevant. And don't nobody see that. I don't know why that don't make sense to everybody. If you knock these people down up here, that doo-doo turd is going to roll downhill and make everything that you're doing irrelevant. If you like, I'm a janitor, that ain't got nothing to do with me. They work at NASA. I don't care about them. Dude, a dude at NASA got fired. I'm just saying, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, hypothetically. A dude at NASA gets fired. You're a janitor in Target You don't care about the dude at NASA getting fired because you're a janitor at Target. You like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Who do you think that Target will replace your ass with? A man with NASA technology information in his brain, or you to clean up dookie turds all day? They'll get rid of you in a heartbeat to replace you with the NASA dude. All of this stuff is going to roll downhill. Everybody thinks this is a game. And just because it ain't hit you yet, and we still have time to talk about it. This is the scary part right here. The scary part, this is the part in the movie like Friday the 13th. You can hear Jason's feet walk outside the closet. We're hiding in the closet, but we can look under the door jamb and see Freddy Krueger's feet. We're hiding from Freddy Krueger and Jason, right? And Michael Myers, and we hoping he don't see us. That's what this is right now. What I mean by that, just like every horror movie, teenage slasher flick, it's just a matter of time before you get yours and then the credits roll. It ain't a fact of who gonna get it. It's about when is we gonna get it. They done started the ball rolling. Where's all these people gonna go? They gonna go looking for jobs. So the jobs you think, Walmart greeter, stock, Uber, all these people with these high degrees in education gonna be driving Uber. And they'll pick them before they pick you. You have no qualifications. The only qualifications is you got fired from Chick-fil-A. They work at NASA. Who you think if you was a hiring manager, who you gonna pick? They gonna take all these low bottom feeder jobs. And where that's gonna leave you? In a tent. I ain't gonna go no further. I said I don't want to keep on talking about the problem. I'm sorry for keep talking about the problem. I just want to spit some game and hope it helps somebody. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. Now, you shouldn't be doing all this. You shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing that stuff, to try to get over on people. Just saying. It's the same thing that they're doing. That's all I'm saying. Okay? For now, the only thing that we can definitely control is our food. Get seeds from wherever you can. Get dirt and sand from wherever you can. Dig up soil, start putting in 5-gallon buckets, and just set it over to the side. Drill a hole in the bucket, sit it over somewhere if you ain't about to plant nothing in it right now. Just set it. Just collect some soil. Dry while you driving down the street. All these people be throwing their potted plants on the curb for the garbage man to get it. Go grab it. Grab those old potted ferns and stuff that rich people throw out on the curb for the garbage man. Go grab them. Go in the back of Lowe's and Home Depot where all they plants be dead and dying and they throw them in that big ass bin. Go get them. That's soil. That's compost. Get as much soil and compost as you can. Get as many containers as you can. Go to some of these restaurants and bakeries and everything before the boot finally drop. And get as many buckets and containers as you possibly can. Sit them around the house. I can't make this up, man. Y'all know I ain't lying to you. Okay? So, with that being said, do something. And grow your own, eat your own. That's the only thing right now that we can control. We can't control our money. We can't control our outcome right now. They got us by the nuts. So all I can say is you can grow some food. I'm giving you one good piece of hope. You gonna eat. Okay? With that being said, hey y'all have a good night. Lead Farmer 73. Unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it get better. We just got to be prepared for it, right? Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for coming through. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. Thank everybody for chipping in to the pond fund. I need to check the pond fund again. I think we are up to about $600 for the pond fund. I'm going to post it so everybody know where we are on that. And if this person come and purchase this thing I got for sale, then we will definitely be around the $1,000 mark for the pond fund. Because that pond got to happen so I can eat. I need to feed my family. All right? Live Farmer 73. Everybody, I'm telling you, there's other ways to think. Get your head out of the bougie clouds. Stop shopping. Start saving your money. Stop going in these stores wasting your money, man. Stop it. This ain't no time for that shit. All right? Live Farmer 73. I love y'all. And I'm out. Peace. Peace and safety.